Now that you already know about Matter CDE, you are ready to learn about the Matter script language and all its features. To do so, together we will develop an application for mobile devices. The name of the application is Treasure Hunt. Just like any programming language, Matter script has reserved words. These are words that have a special significance in Matter, and you can only use them as prescribed by the language. You can check the full list by accessing the documentation, which is updated with the last language characteristics. When accessing a new application, first you have to delete the sample code that is created by default. We will start by creating the app's login. Let's type the following code. Experience login, open curly brackets. String title value, open parenthesis. Treasure hunt, exclamation mark, close parenthesis. As label. String username label, open parenthesis. Username, close parenthesis. As text field. String password label, open parenthesis, password, close parenthesis, as text field, close curly brackets. Our first sentence defined an experience by starting with the reserved word experience, followed by its name, login. Within the experience are the attributes that define the data structure and its corresponding display. For this reason, an experience can be defined as a model of data for which a visual representation is auto-generated. This is called layout. Each experience attribute starts by defining the type of data, in this case with the word string, and then the name that will be how we identify this data. In the first attribute, the next word is value, followed by an actual value between parentheses. This sentence defines the initial value of the attribute. In the second and third attributes, the sentence label plus a value between parentheses is used. This helps us define a placeholder of the attribute display in the layout. Finally, the as sentence is followed by the name of a visual component. This defines the visual component representing the attribute in the layout. We have defined the data structure of the experience and, at the same time, its visual representation. Automatically, the data model and visual representation bind each other bidirectionally. Note that changing something in the model will automatically modify the display. By accessing the build UI and then the list of layouts, we can see the layout auto-generated by the experience and how the display looks like in the brokers. We can now define that, at the beginning of the app, the layout generated by the experience is displayed. To do so, we write the following. Application, open curly brackets. On init, open curly brackets. Broker.ui.push, open parenthesis, login, close parenthesis. Close curly brackets, close curly brackets. This way, we define the application clause, which has the life cycle sentences of the application. Inside it, there is the onInit block, which is used to execute the code located at the beginning of the application execution. Inside, there is the broker.ui.push, open parenthesis, login, close parenthesis sentence. This sentence includes the word broker, which defines the access to the broker services. Then, after a period, we can access the UI services, which have functions related to the user's interface and the navigation control of the different layouts. Lastly, the function to be used is written. In this case, push. This function allows the user to visualize the layout, which is determined by the parameter sent to the function. Next, we are going to modify the experience by writing the following sentences. Experience login, open curly brackets. String title value, open parenthesis. Treasure hunt, exclamation mark, close parenthesis, as label. String username label, open parenthesis, username, close parenthesis, as text field. String password label, open parenthesis, password, close parenthesis, as text field. Decision login action, open parenthesis, login context dot login, close parenthesis, label, open parenthesis, login, close parenthesis. Decision sign up action, open parenthesis, login context dot sign up, close parenthesis, label, open parenthesis, sign up, close parenthesis, close curly brackets. This way, we define in the layout 2 buttons with an event for when they are pushed. The sentence includes, at the beginning, the word decision, which defines a button. After that, the button name is followed by the action to be executed by the button. This is defined by the word action and the rule name that will be executed between parentheses. Finally, the label sentence defines the word of the button in the layout. To make it work, head again to the Build UI to regenerate the layout. In the layout, click the Regenerate button. Now the layout is updated with the last modification of the experience. Now we need to create the rules that the button will execute on click. A rule is a way of grouping sentences to execute when a certain event occurs. A rule must be created within a rules context, which helps the matter broker limit it allows grouping rules in the same place. So, to create our rule, we type rule context, login context, open curly brackets, rule login, open curly brackets, close curly brackets, rule sign up, open curly brackets, close curly brackets, close curly brackets. The word rule context followed by the name creates a rule context. Within the rule context, you define the rules that are to be called by an event. We will define these rules later. They will be completed on the next episode. Just press save on the CDE to save all the changes. On our next video, we will learn to define the rules and understand the rules execution logic.